Well, it was a great win by Chattogram Royals. They started off on a winning note, made 174 for 6 in their 20 overs. And Tahir Beg was the pick of the batters today. He made 80 in just 69 balls. Mahdi Hassan also chipping in with that lovely cameo, 26 off just 13 balls. And then in response, there was no real effort or partnerships that we got to see from Nohali Express. Sadaka at the top with 38 runs in 27 balls. Tanveer was the pick of the bowlers, picking up 3 wickets. Shariful Islam 2, but in the end the runs were just enough for Chattogram and they won it comfortably by 65 runs. A great win by Chattogram. They won the toss and they decided to bat first, and that was one of the things that we were discussing at the top, whether that was the correct decision or not, but it proved to be right in the end thanks to some wonderful performances. So they get points on the board, and we've got to talk about this particular match. We've got with me Ramiz Raja and Athar Ali Khan. Athar, like we said, we were talking about whether that toss decision was correct considering the dew and all those factors, but it seemed like he backed his bowling and things worked out well for Mahdi.
It all boils down to the decision where you mentioned that, but when you have that confidence of backing yourself up and the kind of performance he put in as the skipper, I mean, we did see him scoring those a nice little cameo of 26 of just 13 deliveries, and then he picked up 2 wickets, giving him only 17 runs in 4 overs that he bowled. I think he got that. He knew how to handle and made the right changes in terms of the bowling department, because he only used 5 bowlers to go and defend a total of 174. Yes, Beg was good in these conditions, but when you pick 5 bowlers only and every bowler gets among the wickets, it just shows how much confident Mahdi Hassan was, because it is also his very first game as a skipper in BPL. Excellent performance from him.
Tahir Beg's was also his first performance in the BPL. We've seen a lot of him in the PSL for Lahore Qalandars, but good to see him score some runs today, Ramiz, 80 and 69.
Yeah, I mean, here was a talent. When you compare his talent to somebody like Sadakat or Haider Ali, there's a lot of difference. But it's good to have less talent, because he proved a point, because it was a stickler. It was a tough innings for him. But he carried on. I mean, there's a lot of purpose and there's a lot of grit. And there were a few play and misses. He didn't look that comfortable early on. But the idea was to stay out there as long as possible and to make it happen. And because of his innings, the score got to 170. When you look at Sadakat, for example, when you look at Haider Ali, for example, you know, they're loaded with talent. But I mentioned that in the commentary also. What is the use of that talent when it doesn't serve the purpose of your team winning the contest?
Mahdi's performance, though, was serving the purpose in the winning department, because we got to see him contribute not just with the bat, also with the ball. So, again, great all-round performance from him.
Yeah, when a side goes and manages to score 174, it's a tricky little total, because you're never sure that it is defendable. Yes, they bowled their heart out. Initially, he was very good. He played that cameo, coming at number 5 when he smashed a couple of boundaries and a 6 to get to 26 of just 13, and then he was even better with the ball. I spoke about the changes, but when you get into that groove, because you saw that he got his mojo not only with the bat but also with the ball, and he handled his team exceptionally well, bowled really well, led from the front, and he had that confidence that, yes, I will go and defend it comfortably. 65 runs victory is a big victory for Chattogram.
Well, earlier today we also had another game, the first one that took place, which was the opening game of this BPL season, and you had Sylhet versus Rajshahi, in which Rajshahi Warriors won by 8 wickets. And you've got to say that the kind of performances that we saw from Lavinchane at the top, taking 2 wickets, but then from them Shanto was the main person today, with the main player scoring 100. What a wonderful 100 that was. That partnership with Mushfiqur kind of changed things around completely. Talk about Shanto, Athar, the kind of performance we saw from him. What a big 100. To score 100 in the opening game of any tournament, it's got to be something special.
Against all odds, remember, he hasn't been in top nick, especially in this format of the game. But once he did get set, he just wanted to bat longer. And the more he batted for a longer period of time, he had opportunities to score runs quickly because he hit quite a lot of 4s and 6s. Excellent, absolutely brilliant. What a start to the tournament, Bangladesh Premier League. To see a team going and chasing 190 odd, and the skipper from the team which went on to win goes on to pick up 100. Very first match, we've seen 100. Excellent, excellent start.
How important is it, Ramiz, then to sort of spend some time at the crease? When you're talking about making those big hundreds in leagues, you know, we often see a lot of players, they start, but they kind of like throw away their starts. You spoke about that on commentary as well. How important is it to convert your 50s into hundreds?
I think he was, it could be because of leadership also. Because once you become the leader, either you sink or you play above yourself. And I think today what Shanto produced was playing above himself. He didn't stop. Normally when you're in flow, you want to get a quick fast 60 or 70 and leave the end bit to the rest of the cast. But he wanted to finish the game off completely, and he had the calming influence of Mushfiq. I thought his was an excellent innings from so many angles. Because he himself batted so well, and then that partnership, and he calmed the skipper down as well. Improvisation, and he played well within his scope, which is safety first, singles first, rotation of strike first, and then he sort of opened up and played some great shots as well. And so terrific innings, a 50 for him, 100 for the skipper, a great game for them. And so, I don't know, I mean, this is a great start. And I think here, in these conditions, with the kind of batting we've seen, they'll be difficult to beat.
Excellent from this pair, 130 run for the third wicket in just 75 delivery. But you kind of feel sorry for someone like Parvez and Emon. I thought he batted really good. Usually he opens the batting for Bangladesh, especially in this format of the game. But they held him back. It came at number 4, I think. And he smashed his way to 65 in quick time. Some big shots. And when you see a batter playing in that fashion, you'd be expecting at that stage of the game, if there was a little bit more support from the others, maybe 220 was on the cards. But to take nothing away from him, he played his heart out. He was unlucky to end up on a losing side.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what a fine innings from somebody like him. In fact, Athar did mention him in the pre-match show as one of the players to watch out for. We've seen
He's very clever, Athar.
His predictions are going strong. You know, his prediction game is going strong. But yeah, just on him then, how brilliant he was today.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be a floater in T20, so there's no set number for you these days. So from an opener to bat in the middle order can be tough for some, because you've got to operate at a different scale, at a different level. So you've got to read the game, you've got to then play spin probably. You've got to wait for your entry to the crease, because as an opener, you're out there from ball number 1. So from so many angles, it was such an important contribution. And he's absolutely right, because if he had been given just a little bit more shoulder, more support, I think things would have been a lot different.
Well, the BPL action has started. We've had a double-header today, and it's also going to be a double-header tomorrow. The action continues tomorrow, and up first at 1 p.m., 12:15 p.m. in fact, we've got Dhaka Capitals, and they are taking on the winning team from today, Rajshahi Warriors. And then we've also got Sylhet Titans. They are up against Noakhali Express. Well, it's a chance for Sylhet to really come back tomorrow. That's the thing about leagues, Athar, that there's not a lot of turnaround time. You know, you've got to think smart and come back really quickly.
And I mean, these teams have played a game already in Sylhet. So they know the conditions a little bit better than the ones who are going to play their first game. So hopefully they'll learn from the mistakes and put out a better performance tomorrow. That's what they will be hoping for.
And then you've got a team like Rajshahi who's won today. The teams that have won will be feeling high in terms of confidence. And how important is it to start well in a league, or just, you know, here in BPL?
Very important. I think you've got to cash in and you've got to maintain that winning momentum. And I think they'll obviously get the head start, because they understand the conditions. They've batted under lights in dewy conditions, so how to bowl. Bowling can be a tough gig once again. The later part of the day can be tough for the fielding sides. But anyway, I mean, we've had a fantastic start to the series, to the championship, and more of the same, I guess.
Yeah, it's been a great start to this BPL season. We've had two fantastic games. Got to see a wonderful 100 at the top as well, and then some brilliant bowling in the evening. So overall, an action-packed day, and the action actually continues tomorrow as well. Like I said, we've got a double header tomorrow. So all to play for and all to tune in for. Until then, it's goodbye from all of us.